Jaguars dub in Los Angeles, 38-10. How about it, Duval? Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is time to run through instant reactions, instant analysis, some quick thoughts following a massive win for the Big Cats. Your Jaguars are now 2-1 for the first time since 2018 and just the third time in the last 15 years. Awesome stuff for the Jags right now. Hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. You can follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. If you want to support the channel further, you can go pick up a new hat or shirt at genjag.com right now. You can become a channel member. We've got links in the description below. Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's dive in to some quick thoughts, some instant analysis. Let's get it going. Doug Patterson. Having this football team ready to play out west, just so good. Doug Patterson, through 3 games, has done a masterful coaching job for the Jaguars. Beyond the X's and O's, just the mental preparation, being mentally prepared to go to battle the last 3 weeks. And they did not win in Washington in week 1, but they have been able to play headstrong football. And they've clearly been well coached offensively and defensively, and pretty much every instance that they've been out on the field, you can see that the coaching is resonating with these players. They are bought in. There is no longer a question about that. So just to have a head coach the caliber of Doug Patterson and his ability to connect with these players on that level is huge. But then looking at the X's and O's as well, he's dialing it up every single week on offense. Mike Caldwell on defense is doing a really good job calling games. I think he's improved every single week as a defensive play caller. I expect him to continue to do so. You've seen massive individual performances and team performances throughout this roster. They avoided the hype this week, coming off of a shutout win over division rival Indianapolis, who, by the way, just took down the Chargers. Really, really shocking stuff up in Indy today. But they avoided the hype. They avoided all the talk about not being able to win on the West Coast, not being able to win on the road. Had lost 18 straight road games. This franchise was 3-13 all time on the West Coast. They avoided it all. They came in with a plan on a business trip. They flew in Saturday night. They're going to fly out here soon, back to Jacksonville. Quick business trip for them. Got the job done. Got, again, a massive 38-10 victory. I've not been this impressed with a Jaguars football team since early on in 2018. And when you look at the infrastructure that is on this team compared to what was here in 2018, I think you can feel a lot better about the coaching, about the X's and O's, and the overall level of talent. I really do believe that. Offensively, they faced such a different test today from a talent standpoint, from a coverage standpoint. The Colts, they don't confuse you very much. They do not do a lot to try to trick you. Gus Bradley, he played it by the book last week running a lot of cover 3 against the Jaguars. Today, you have to know what you're looking at every single time you take a snap if you're Trevor Lawrence, because the Chargers are going to vary it up. They're going to mix it up. They're going to try to confuse you. And for the most part, Trevor was able to avoid any confusion. He did have one turnover-worthy throw. In my opinion, Derwin James was not quite able to hang on to it, fortunately for Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. But to be able to face these 3 different defenses over the last 3 weeks, 3 very different defenses, and to look this prepared, not just Trevor Lawrence, but the entire offense, it goes back to coaching and the preparation by these players. So you love to see that. The Chargers, they had a bunch of injuries coming into this contest they were dealing with, and they suffered some more throughout the game. You saw Joey Bosa go down early. Rashawn Slater left the game. Starting linebacker Kenneth Murray left the game. So you feel for them there. But that should take nothing away from what was a thoroughly dominant performance by the Jacksonville Jaguars for the second week in a row. You went out and you dominated your opponent. Crazy times in Jacksonville. Let's get into some of these performances though, right? Trevor Lawrence, as I mentioned, really, really good football outside of that one play that Derwin could have picked that pass off on the out route there, but he finished 28 of 39, did Trevor Lawrence, for 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, 115 quarterback rating, did not get sacked once, and that is a massive credit to that offensive line. The offensive line that took quite a bit of heat after their performance in week 1 from yours truly and many others. They've been excellent the last 2 weeks, has that pass protection. And, of course, Joey Bosa left the game early, which lessened Jawan Taylor's load a little bit, you could say. But Cam Robinson going up against Khalil Mack most of the game. Props to Cam Robinson, who's getting paid $18 million a year to do exactly what he did in this one. To stop opposing pass rushers, to stop star pass rushers. Cam Robinson, he staked his claim a little bit today. He said, I'm getting paid this much for a reason. And you got to be impressed by that. But also credit to Trevor Lawrence for feeling where the pressure was coming from, manipulating the pocket, really just looking comfortable with again, feeling the pressure and the timing of getting rid of the football just at the perfect time, right before the pressure can get to you. He was dealing today. 28 of 39, again, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Picked up a big 4th and inches quarterback sneak. Three carries total for 7 yards, so not a huge day on the ground, but he was able to be effective with his mobility, certainly from within the pocket, escaping the pocket as well. Awesome stuff for Trevor Lawrence. And he spread the ball out now. You had Zay Jones, had 10 catches for 85 yards, getting a lot of underneath stuff. And look, this guy, 10 catches on 11 targets, and he was making people miss with the football in his hand. Stuff I haven't really seen that much from Zay Jones ever. Got a spin move, got a stiff arm, showing some quickness. Really, really good stuff from Zay Jones. And he scored his first touchdown as a Jaguar. Christian Kirk, no surprise. He found the end zone again. He was targeted 9 times, caught 6 passes, 72 yards, and a touchdown. I do think this was one of the tougher matchups that Christian Kirk will have. They were trying to have Bryce Callahan follow him around most of the game, and Bryce Callahan's one of the better nickel corners in football. But Kirk, was able to battle through it, was able to get open at times and make some big plays, and of course found the end zone for Trevor Lawrence. Marvin Jones also found the end zone. He had 4 catches for 33 yards. He scored the last touchdown on the day, and it was a heck of a catch. He went up, he elevated, back of the end zone, got both feet down, came down with the ball, didn't lose control of it. Secured the bag, secured the dub for the Jaguars, no doubt about it. And then Evan Ingram, he was targeted 3 times. He only caught 1 pass, but his effort on the would-be touchdown that got overturned, I think it was an excellent effort. It was a great throw by Trevor Lawrence, who again was dealing all over the place today, spreading the football around. I don't blame Evan Ingram for that one. It was bang bang. It was super close. It was a good effort. I think Evan Ingram's been solid for the Jaguars. But so yeah, Trevor completed passes to Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones, Travis Etienne, Jamal Agnew, James Robinson, Evan Ingram. Look at all these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 receivers, and he was just spreading it out, looking comfortable, looking like he knew what was in front of him from the defense, which was not the case last year often. Most of that is going to go not on Trevor, but on the coaching. What was going on last year. No question about it. James Robinson. Unbelievable. Tore his Achilles late in December of 2021. Comes back. He's been one of the most consistent performers on the team through 3 weeks. A great performance for him today. He got that 100-yard game on the ground, 17 carries for 100 yards, a long 50-yard touchdown run on 4th and 1 for the Jaguars. A little counter action. You had the defense all sucked up inside, looking at the inside run. James Robinson pops it out to the outside. There's no one up top to help out, and he beats everybody to the end zone for a 50-yard touchdown run. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty for J-Rob, who also caught 3 passes for 16 yards, 116 total yards for James Robinson. Travis Etienne, his numbers weren't sexy. 13 carries for 45 yards. That is the most carries he's had on the year for the Jaguars. But a lot of those came when the Chargers were already down big, and the Chargers were just kind of trying to gear up to stop the run a little bit. And he was still able to show great burst, great speed, contact balance. He was finishing runs today a lot better than he has so far this year during what I believe you should call his rookie season. He was finishing these runs today, falling forward, breaking tackles. He looked really, really good. And he also got involved in the passing game a little bit. Picking up three receptions for 30 yards on 3 targets. So he was really efficient today, in my opinion. I know the 3.5 yards per carry is not sexy, but a lot of that came when they were gearing up to stop the run there. Just a masterful performance from Trevor Lawrence, from his offensive line, and from James Robinson. Such good stuff on the offensive side of the ball. Great play calling, great play design. Again, Doug Peterson, Press Taylor, all these guys having these players ready for the type of looks they're going to face, ready for Derwin James. Beautiful. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Devin frickin' Lloyd, the Jaguars' second first-round pick in 2022. He's playing like a man possessed the last 2 weeks. It has clicked for him. He's ready for the NFL now. The question is the NFL ready for him? 3 passes defended in this one. Got another interception in this one. 7 total tackles. He was excellent against the run and in pursuit. He was dynamic in coverage, making plays all over the field. Devin Lloyd is playing the best linebacker we've seen in Jacksonville since the 2017 season, and maybe beyond that. I mean, the last 2 games, he's been unbelievable for the Jaguars defense. Such a huge performance for Devin Lloyd. Trey Herndon, I thought, did well filling in the nickel. Got a pass defensed, almost picked off a pass late in that game, and he was very active in coming up and making tackles, picking up 7 tackles. So you love to see that from him. Darius Williams, it was a little up and down for him as he's still kind of trying to feel his way out in this Jacksonville defense, but he did pick up 2 big pass breakups, despite picking up, obviously, having some completions against him in primary coverage, but still, he was able to make some plays of his own, which helped this Jaguars defense out a lot as well. I thought, looking at the turnover differential, again, you're good there. The Jaguars will probably still lead the NFL in turnover differential after this week. Thought you saw Jamal Agnew start to show some burst and some life as a returner in this one. He did have a 13-yard punt return where he was spinning, he was making people miss, looking like Jamal Swagnew that we all know and love. Jaguars only punted the ball 1 time today, and it was a banger from Logan Cook, of course, a 56-yarder landed inside the 20. What do you expect? It's Logan Cook. Riley Patterson, who, he caught some flack in his first Jaguars game as a kicker for missing one that he should have made. It was definitely a makeable kick, but on the season now, he's 7 of 8 after going 3 for 3 today. Now, none of them were very long. The Jaguars offense was giving him some easy chip shots, but he was still getting the job done. Hasn't missed any extra points. So really, really good performances all around. No Shaquille Griffin in this one. They did go after Darius Williams early, and I thought Darius settled in after a while. Thought Trey Herndon played well, getting more playing time than he normally would. Tyson Campbell had a good game. Did give up the 1 touchdown in tight coverage with Mike Williams, but that was an unbelievable throw and catch by Justin Herbert and Mike Williams. And credit to Justin Herbert for going out and battling today, but they just didn't have it. They had too many injuries. They were up against a team that was too good and too confident and too well coached and too talented for them to really make this a contest. But that one touchdown from Herbert to Williams, that was a thing of beauty if you're a Chargers fan, obviously. If you're Tyson Campbell, yes, you want to see him get the hands on that football. He was in tight coverage, but sometimes good offense just beats good defense sometimes. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to bury Tyson Campbell for that one in any stretch or by any stretch at all. But that is going to do it, okay? Awesome 38-10 victory for your Jaguars. Was it a perfect performance? No, but it was about as good as it gets on the road against a well-coached and very talented, albeit injured, Chargers team. This is a team a lot of people think can be a Super Bowl contender in 2022. The Jaguars just dismantled them 38-10. We'll get into more nitty-gritty stuff tomorrow, but enjoy this dub. You know, the players, they might only get 24 hours to celebrate, but fans, you get a lot more than 24 hours this week. Enjoy it. Philadelphia is up next, which is going to be a huge contest, obviously, but do not worry about that right now. Enjoy this victory tonight. Enjoy it for the next few nights. They have been few and far between for Jaguars fans, but Doug Peterson, he's come in. He has flipped the switch here. He's got talent. He's got a talented quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. A generationally talented quarterback, some might say. I'll let you be the judge of that. But again, enjoy this. Enjoy it, Duval. And just have a great rest of your night. Enjoy House of the Dragon or Sunday Night Football, whatever the heck you're going to do. Enjoy it and cheers. Appreciate y'all for being here.